What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Forever Flame Racing Reviews. Check if my mic was on there. It is. We're good. It is Toronto race weekend, and I cannot wait for this weekend. It is going to be good. Final street circuit of the year. Pretty crazy, but we're already here at this point in the season. It's July 16th, so yeah, pretty crazy that it's, July 16th, last street circuit of the year. I just can't wait for this race. So as always, I'm going to dive into every driver and team combination and what they can be expecting, and then I'll give you pole position, podium, and how many cautions I think we'll have. So let's dive with the best team on the street circuits, and that is Team Andretti. If Cole Herta and Kyle Kirkwood are the most absolute favorites to win this weekend, you are just plain wrong. I mean, those guys are the favorites, 100%. If you're saying anyone else to win this race, I personally think you're a little crazy. One of them two is going to win. I think Andretti's goal should honestly be able to sweep the podium. But Kyle Kirkwood, Colton Herta, those are the favorites. Also, Marcus Armstrong for Andretti could be a real sleeper this weekend. He needs a good result to get his season going, and I think that could be Marcus Ericsson's chance to get going. If he gets disqualified from the Indianapolis 500, who knows? Maybe his season does get going. But Marcus Ericsson needs a result. Colton Herta and Kyle Kirkwood are the favorites. Let's go to what's been the best team this year, Chip Ganassi Racing, and the perfect 10s with Alex Palou. He's now 7 for 12 on the year, and will he be able to continue it in Toronto? If anyone's to stop Andretti, Alex Palou is the man. What about the Iceman, Scott Dixon? Winner of Mid-Ohio this year. Scott Dixon's third in the championship. Don't count out Scott Dixon this weekend. You know, he's capable of pulling off incredible fuel numbers to win races. Who's to say Scott Dixon can't do that this weekend? And how about a real underdog this year? Kiffin Simpson. Kiffin Simpson, he's been good on the street circuits. Honestly, I would say his season really got kick-started with that result in Detroit. So who's to say he can't finally get one better and make that step up onto the podium this weekend in Toronto. McLaren now, obviously Pato Award-winning for Team Chevy this weekend in Iowa. Pato is someone who normally isn't the best on street circuits. His best street circuit is probably St. Petersburg. He's never really run too well at Toronto. Last year, caused that big collision where ended up having Santino Ferrucci go flying through the air. So I think Pato's just looking to continue his season of being in the top 10, and I think Pato would be real happy with that. His teammate Christian Lundgaard really runs well on permanent road courses and street circuits, so Lundgaard might have his eyes on the podium, but the question is, will that Chevy power be there? And then Nolan Siegel. We don't know if Nolan Siegel will be running. He had a crash in Iowa, and if he's not running, it's Linus Lundqvist. So we really don't know what's happening with that number 6 Arrow McLaren. Now let's dive into Team Penske, who have still yet to have a win at this point in the season, and that is crazy to me. Joseph Newgarden, hungry for a win. Scott McLaughlin, hungry for a win. Will Power, hungry for a win. Will Power wants to keep his seat. Penske, the name for all three of them is hungry. They are hungry this weekend. They want that win more than anything. Is it coming for Penske? Probably not this weekend, if I'm being honest. I'd be stunned if this is their weekend where they win, and I just don't see him winning this weekend, I'm going to be honest. Ray Hall, Letterman, Lanigan Racing. Obviously, they won here a few years ago with Christian Lundgaard. I believe that was 2023. Well, Christian Lundgaard's no longer on Ray Hall, Letterman, Lanigan Racing. He's with McLaren. Who do they have? They have their veteran Graham Rahal. Graham Rahal has been good this year, but he has not showed too much pace on the street circuits. Will he show some pace this weekend? I don't know. And how about Devlin DeFrancesco? Really yet to get a good result. He's been better than his 2 years at Andretti, but yet to show me that good result. Maybe this is the weekend where Devlin finally gets a result. And how about the star driver, rookie, Indy Next champion, Louis Foster? What can Louis Foster do this weekend? I think just get another top 10 result and build on your rookie season. And I think that'd be a solid weekend for Mr. Louis Foster. AJ Foyt Racing. Obviously, I would say their weak point this year has probably been the street circuits, but if you ask Santino Ferrucci and David Malukas, they're back to their performance where they were at last year, and they can achieve anything. So, if you're David Malukas or Santino Ferrucci, go out there, drive the car flat out, see if the pace is there. If not, just get the result. Don't crash the car, because it's a street circuit, so there's probably going to be a lot of wrecks, honestly. So just if you can keep it clean, your nose clean this weekend, you're probably on for at least a top 15. Meyer Shank Racing. Obviously, Meyer Shank Racing has tremendous pace on the street circuits. Felix Rosenquist is a great qualifier. Marcus Armstrong's a great racer. It always seems like Rosenquist qualifies towards the front. Armstrong qualifies towards the middle. Yet, at the end of the race, they're always together. It just seems that way, so that's pretty much what I'm expecting for Meyer Shank this weekend. Ed Carpenter Racing. Honestly, besides Christian Rasmussen's really been carrying the boats there, at ECR, in my opinion, for the past couple of weekends. I'd really like to see Alexander Rossi get his elbows out and get a good result this weekend. And Christian Rasmussen, I'd like to see him do good on a track that isn't an oval. So for that sake, I'd like to see Rasmussen get his elbows out and show me that he's not just an oval driver. Dale Coyne, this is a track where I think you could see Rinus VeeKay really perform at. Rinus is good on street circuits. I think Rinus could really perform. Jacob Abel, this is a track where I think you're going to see him struggle. It's bumpy, it's crazy, it's wild. I think this screams kind of like a nightmare situation for a rookie. Humkos Hollinger Racing, kind of the same thing. I think this team's going to struggle this weekend. I don't really believe in Stingray Robb and Connor Daly this weekend, if I'm being honest. They had their hauler burned down, which had to be terrifying. So I really expect Humkos to be on the struggle bus this weekend. And how about Prema with Robert Schwartzman and Kyle Milot? I expect them to also be on the struggle bus this weekend, but they just need to build experience and build for next year and for years to come. So that's every team and driver combination that I broke down. Now, we'll go with cautions. How many cautions do I think there's going to be? I'll give 4 cautions to Toronto, and I'll say 2 of them are in the last 15 laps. So there's my caution 4. Actually, 2 of them in the last 15, 1 on the first lap and 1 on lap 30. There you go. That's my prediction. And then pole position. I'll go Kyle Kirkwood. Kyle Kirkwood's going to get the pole. That's just my pick. For the win, I'm also going Kyle Kirkwood. Second, Colton Herta. Third, hear me out, Marcus Ericsson. I'm just going for an Andretti sweep. I don't know why. I'm just feeling a great weekend for Andretti. Andretti sweep. Here it comes. With that being said, see ya.